As the CEO of your organization, the quality of advice that you receive is a determining factor whether you will succeed or not. A lot of CEOs today have failed not because they don't have the right ability, or because they don't have the right intelligence, or because they don't have the right leadership skills. No. But a lot of CEOs today have failed because of the wrong advice that they have gotten over the years. They have not been opportuned to receive quality advice. And if you have not received quality advice as a CEO, you might not really do well in your organization. What I want to do today is to share with you the two levels of advice that a lot of CEOs seek today in the organization, and then advise you on the type of advice that you truly need to take as a CEO. There are two levels of advice today. The first level is the advice that will protect the CEO's comfort. And then the second level is the advice that will protect the CEO's outcome. A lot of organizations today and CEOs today would rather prefer to seek advice that will protect their comfort. And let me tell you what it means for a CEO to seek an advice that will protect their comfort. An advice that will protect your comfort is an advice that will not truly tell you what you need to hear, but rather what you love to hear. And so when you're telling the CEO what he or she loves to hear, and you are wrapping that as an advice to them, they will never do well in that organization. Why? Because your advice is there to protect and preserve their ego. Your advice is there to remind them that they are CEOs and they can do anything that they want to do, regardless whether that thing that they want to do will be one that will transform the organization. And so if you are a CEO, you are receiving advice that will protect your ego, advice that will preserve your personality. You're not pursuing the right advice that can move the needle for you. So what I want you to begin to do today is to pursue the second level of advice, the advice that will protect outcome. In an advice that will protect outcome, it is the advice that someone will tell the CEO that, sir or ma, what you are doing, in my estimation, in my belief, is something that will not help the organization to do well. You are giving the CEO an advice based on the right research and the right data you have at hand. You are not giving the CEO that advice that will rub on their egos, that advice that will preserve their personality, but rather you are giving the CEO that right advice that will help them to transform the organization. The advice that will not protect the CEO, but the advice that will protect the organization's performance. This is the kind of advice that every CEO today that truly wants to succeed will need to pursue. Stop pursuing or seeking for advice that will protect your comfort, but rather begin to pursue advice that will protect that right outcome that the organization deserves. When you begin to pursue this second level of advice, you will say that your organization will succeed, and I want your organization to succeed. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.